Hello, Claire here, Responsible Volunteering Specialist Volunteer. Welcome back to Phnom Penh. Congratulations to all of you for finishing your placements. I've come to talk to you today about what's happened since I first met you at Kampong Cham. So I came to your ICO because I wanted to talk to you about two things. So firstly, on awareness raising, we talked about responsible volunteering. And we talked about why it was that what you're doing as ICS volunteers is responsible volunteering. So for instance, that you're working towards development goals, that you're working on projects that have been worked out by the community, and you're working with the community to find solutions to those goals. So let's call it responsible volunteering, volunteering for development. And then also, I wanted to raise your awareness about another kind of volunteering that we call voluntourism. So voluntourism, it's a commercial transaction. It's when someone from a wealthy country goes to a poorer country and pays to have a volunteering opportunity to do something that they think is going to be positive and helpful, but in fact could be really harmful and could be supporting something really unhealthy, like for example, an orphanage. About the fact that that is an industry that's driven by poverty, because in fact most children in orphanages, 80% of them, have living parents. So we had those discussions and I think they were valuable and useful. I then asked you what we could do, or what I could do in my project to get information out about those issues and to persuade people that they don't really want to volunteer in orphanages, how damaging that can be, and to influence them away from that and maybe towards responsible volunteering. And you came up with two ideas. The first was to use social media to put out the message on, for example, Facebook and Instagram, to let people know about orphanage volunteering and the alternative responsible volunteering. And your second idea was that you, as part of your action at home, could take that information out to young people who might be considering volunteering at some time in the future. And I just loved that idea. I thought that mix of electronic communication with personal, peer group communication could really be effective in changing people's minds about the kind of volunteering that they do. So I came back to the office from Kampong Cham with those great ideas, and I thought, well, if you're going to do action at home on responsible volunteering, you need some resources to help you. So I started to get a list of resources together, and I will make those available to you. But I found that there was something missing, something short, effective and light that could really hook people into the conversation about what responsible volunteering is, and mobilizing a very small budget and the talents, cooperation and goodwill of some ICS volunteers in Kampong Thom, we made our own little film that we hope will persuade people away from harmful volunteering and maybe even steer them towards responsible volunteering. So one of the things that we've had going on at the back of our minds as we progress this piece of work is how we make it more cross-cultural and how we make this whole conversation and materials relevant to Khmer volunteers. Another stroke of good luck was that Felicity Morgan, the global head of ICS, came to visit us just as we were making the film. And we talked to her about the issue of orphanage volunteering and what we were doing, and we all agreed that this is a global issue and that the relevance of our film and the work that we've started doing here extends throughout the ICS world. And she very much agrees with us. So what's happened now is that we've started working with the ICS global team to develop a module for the ICO globally for ICS. We've started to think about writing a newsletter for ICS all about these issues, And we've also started looking at how we can get all these materials we have together so that any ICS volunteer anywhere in the world can pick up orphanage volunteering and responsible volunteering as a topic for their action at home. Okay, so when we talked in Kampong Cham, we also talked about how difficult it is when you're volunteering to know that you've made an impact, because you could maybe only see that impact years down the line. But here, in this collaboration between Responsible Volunteering Project and ICS, I really think that we are going to see an impact. We will actually persuade some people not to do orphanage volunteering, and we may even persuade some people towards responsible volunteering. We could prevent people from giving financial support to orphanages, and we could actually persuade some people to make an effort towards supporting families so that they can keep their children with them and look after them themselves. When I look back at my time in Cambodia, I know that working with this team is going to be one of the most memorable experiences and one of the most impactful. So I just really want to wish you all the very best with your next step, and I'd be really pleased if you keep in touch with me through my email address. So we're really excited that you're going to see that film today, and I hope you like it as much as we do. Please enjoy.